The Revenge of the Teenage Vixens from Outer Space is a 1985 sci-fi comedy directed by Jeff A. Ferrell and starring Howard Scott, Lisa Scwedop, Sterling Ramberg, Amy Crumpacker, Sarah Barnes, Susanne Dailey, Lisa McGregor, Kim Wickenburg, Peter Guss, and Lilly, and Julian Schembri. Is that tinfoil? The whatever the hell it is lands and then nothing. There's a walk through the woods and it's party time! We're then bludgeoned with a bunch of character introductions such as Carla, Danny, Paul, and Stephanie.
Hi, Mia. I didn't know you were back in town.
Yeah, I bet, bitch.
Damn!
What was that all about?
Oh, she's one of those poor, immoral girls. She thinks you told your brother about her abortion.
I told him. I didn't even know.
Paul saw some weird shit but doesn't elaborate. Then Carla leaves and hello, ladies.
Forget it, Danny.
Gonna go for it, man?
Might.
Huh? Carla gets home hearing a noise and what the fuck are you doing here?
I'm sorry. We didn't know anyone was home.
No one being home still isn't a good reason to be in someone's fucking house. Apparently they were delivered a teen magazine by mistake and are here to ask Carla for some pointers. Her brother John gets home and isn't really fazed by four strangers being in his house at 2 a.m.
Weird little chicks.
It's time for school, and biology teacher Mr. Morelli is making a valiant attempt to get chicks for his son Paul.
Would you quit looking at me like that?
That's a little awkward. Hot paper passing action. Then this vixen has decided to join the class.
I'll sit here by my friend Carla.
It's obvious they're friends. They have matching haircuts. Here's some boys' locker room talk and a Sweet Rush t-shirt. Is this guy 35? Danny is bragging about trying to nail Carla, but Paul denies, saying that he has an upcoming date with her.
Hey, there's a girl in here. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I thought this was the other locker room.
This may be the first time in film history that a girl has gone into the boys' locker room. In the biology classroom, Stephanie makes a pass at Mr. Morelli.
Haven't you noticed me already, Mr. Morelli?
After running her off, Mr. Morelli steps out and look who's still here. They step into the greenhouse and... What is it with teen girls in the 80s going after these middle-aged guys? It's almost like they're hot for the dad bod. Elsewhere, Carla is getting ready for her date with Paul and gives us a recap of the week's events.
It's hysterical. They've been at it all week.
Yeah?
It's like a race to see how many of the cute guys they can steal.
What do you think of this?
You've changed your clothes 6 times. You look fine.
Oh, that shirt does not look fine. Paul heads out and the Vixen shows up.
Don't worry, I'm leaving. I'm sure you two will get it all straightened out.
This kid sounds like Ray Romano. This is seduction. And Danny takes his Vixen date to the school for some reason. Probably because the film ran out of money for locations. On the Carla-Paul date, they discuss seeing UFOs.
Suppose every guy in school's thinking about those new vixenish girls. What do you think about them anyway?
Someone is obsessed and is setting a trap, so watch out, Paul!
I wish they'd go back where they came from.
Why?
Because they're too sexy. No, not to me. I don't like that kind of girl, Carl.
Nice save. The pair realize that they know nothing about the new girls in town, and Carla makes this stretch.
What if they are staying in that house out by the power station? What if they did come down in your UFO?
Then they make out. Later at school, Carla and Stephanie dish, and there's more obsessive talk about the Vixens.
I'd hate to be those guys if Kathy and Linda found out what's been going on.
You're not planning on telling them, are you?
Then Carla lets this slip.
I heard that Zodi was over at Mr. Morelli's house last night.
You know, I'm not gonna let this go by, Carla.
Oh, dear.
Stephanie and Danny have a discussion where he reveals that the Vixens are too advanced sexually, so he plans on going after Carla.
But, didn't you hear? Carla and Paul Morelli. I never thought he'd be competition for you.
That son of a bitch.
What did he do? Then there's some more Vixens talk, and Stephanie rats out all of the cheating.
Rick's not the only one who's been getting it from one of the new girls. So's Pete, and Steve, and half the rest of the guys in school. Not Pete.
Especially Pete. Now the whole female population of the school is against the Vixens, and Danny calls out Paul's dad, who has been suspended for screwing students.
Look, I'm sorry, Paul. I didn't mean it to get out.
Whoops! Carla confronts Stephanie.
All Zodi did was exactly what you were planning to do. She just had better luck with it.
Yup. Are those two someone's parents? The ladies give their men an ultimatum, and the film has suddenly become a Disney movie. Then the Vixens begin trolling.
Men.
At the Morelli residence, Dad and Paul have a talk that reveals his past.
The girl who was your mother is here, along with a new crop of beauties.
What the fuck?
Like what?
Like where they're from.
Where they're from, as long as you don't tell me they came down in flying saucers.
Wah, wah. He warns about the Vixens having tantrums if they don't get what they want, and then breaks the fourth wall.
Well, it's not that far-fetched.
Why? Then Dad heads to the old school by the power station to find them. Paul goes looking for Carla, but Danny starts some shit.
Oh! Oh!
Really? You didn't want to do a second take? Paul then meets up with Carla at the radio station and they work things out. This guy is high as fuck! Paul lets him know what's up and the couple go for a walk.
Oh, I am I? You sure you look exactly like a human? Come on, take them off. I want to see for myself.
Whoa! Touché. Mr. Morelli arrives at the building and finds his long-lost love, Mary Jo.
And this time?
A teen magazine. Delivered to us by mistake. It was disastrous.
I don't think it works that way.
You have a son.
We will not discuss it. He has no place in my life.
That's cold.
Won't you see your son before you leave?
It's better for him if we never meet.
I don't think she really gives a shit. The Vixens show up and are those guns? The local ladies stand up to them but get this warning.
You're stupid people, aren't you? Well, you'll just have to catch us.
I don't understand.
No, wait.
It's just a fucking light that blinks. Holy shit, I'm quoting Sheriff Woody. I guess they're getting roasted. Danny and Stephanie spot what looks like a firing squad, and holy shit, they're turning them into vegetables?
Danny, go home and don't say a word. Danny, all right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, pretend none of this ever happened. They had extraterrestrial car sex!
Oh, God. Guess I got a little carried away last night.
You could say that again.
Jesus! Hey, it's that tinfoil looking thing.
I've been wearing it since I was a baby. Yeah, my dad gave it to me way back then. He said my mom left it for me.
A baby had that big-ass thing around its neck? Paul and Carla hear reports of missing teens and decide to go talk to Paul's mom. I guess we needed a sign to make sure we knew what the hell it was. They find Mom, who tells them to leave, but it's reunion time, and Mom delivers some exposition.
There are no men on our planet.
No men?
There is a chemical substance in our vegetation that is adaptable to the needs of reproduction.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'll be needing this anymore.
They head back to the radio station where John doesn't buy shit. Then Danny shows up.
I didn't come here to talk to this jerk off.
Danny!
Look, I'm leaving.
Wait a minute!
Look, later on.
What a bitch! Oh, hi, honey.
I was looking for you last night, Danny.
No. Wait. Carla?
Acting! And Danny is now a pickle. And here comes the mob.
Well, I'm going up after him with a shotgun.
America.
Boris, surely you don't mean...
Yes, I do. And don't call me Boris.
Fuck you. The military's on the way and it's time to evacuate, but Dad is missing and they go looking for him. Meanwhile, Stephanie gets bludgeoned by a light bulb. They all arrive at the old school where Paul gets some exposition about his powers coming from that cheap medallion.
Dad!
You won't believe a vixen can fly.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
What? The hell? Revenge of the Teenage Vixens from Outer Space was a low-budget project that took 4 years to finish and features a cast that really never did anything else. Once again, it's not a great film, but it wasn't really boring either. The plot is muddled and the ending feels like it was something to just tack on there to finish the damn thing. There are some interesting points in the film, but nothing to really hook you in. It's another example of cheap 1980s filmmaking.